TheFrXion here, or Tank12, how you wanna call me, I don't really care. And how are you boys and girls doing out there? It's been a while. I haven't uploaded, and I'm awfully sorry about that, but sometimes real life is just more important than a hobby that is World of Tanks on YouTube. Unfortunately, I don't make real life money out of this YouTube channel, and if you really want to support me, you can just buy me a house. No, I'm just kidding. Unfortunately, there are other things that are more important, more pressing than World of Tanks, and thus I wasn't able to upload any videos. I hope you guys can understand. If you've been following this channel for a bit longer, you probably know that my consistency in uploading videos has never been very good, and it has always been one of the problems with my channel, but that mainly has to do with, limited amount of time, different chores that I have to do, different things that I have to do before World of Tanks, and other things that maybe are more interesting from time to time. You have to keep in mind I've been playing this game for 7 years on and off, and basically that's a long time to be playing one game. So yeah, today we are here to check out the new Halloween event mode, and I want to cover this in a not too long video because I've noticed I keep on talking and talking and talking and I never really get to the point. So today we're going to be covering it a bit faster than I usually do my videos. So what is the new Halloween event mode? The Halloween event mode of the year 2018 is going from, or basically will be spanning from the 18th of October to the 5th of November. That is very important. During this time, there is one game mode, and in this game mode you'll be running around in the MT Revenant, that is the MT25 repainted. Kind of a bummer since they're not adding like a new Frankenstein tank. You'll be running around with 4 other players, a 5-man platoon, to collect green matter. This green matter is strewn around the field, and we'll see that afterwards in the game. And there are tanks that are destroyed that you can actually destroy once they come back to life because they're zombie tanks, and they drop green matter as well. This green matter you will collect and then you'll drop it in the vault. This vault will store the entirety of the green matter from your entire team, and it will be distributed entirely to the entire team at the end of the match. So no one is going to get more, everyone is going to get the same amount. It's going to be a cooperative game mode and no competitive one. Very important. So why should you do this? Why collect the green matter? The green matter that you collect will allow you to unlock stages. And this is something that Wargaming have been doing in the year 2018. They have found events for themselves where you grind through different stages. They did it with the Progetto, they did it with the Centurion Action 10, and now they're doing it with the Halloween event mode. After the game, I will kind of give my first impressions on this because I've played a couple of games, so I do know what I want to say. The first thing that I did notice is that it does kind of already feel very grindy, and that is somehow the first problem that I have with this game mode already. Wargaming kind of think that the grinding aspect of World of Tanks is the best part of the game. It's the one part that people enjoy over everything, right? But that kind of doesn't really reflect what I really enjoy about this game. The grinding aspect never really was that enticing for me. It has been rather annoying with certain tanks, and in a game mode and an event mode like Halloween, it kind of doesn't really have a place in it. But we'll see how the game is working out. Let's take a look at what these stages offer. Each stage will be unlocked after another day. So basically today they've unlocked level 2, so you can reach level 2, and tomorrow on the 20th of October you'll be able to unlock level 3. Why do they do that? They want to stop people who have a lot of time on one weekend maybe from grinding their way through on the very first couple of days to level 7 or 6 and 5. Because If you get to the next stage, you're gonna get an increase in credits and experience. You can see the boosters. These boosters, 13% boost on credits and experience, will transcend over to the normal game modes. So people will be basically getting additional experience and credits for random battles, and that will allow you to grind through different ranks and different tanks faster. You know, the grinding aspect, once again. People will be playing the game to get the additional experience and credit boosters to be able to grind faster through that specific tank that they're grinding, or the specific tank line that they're trying to go through. And with you know, only making the stages available on a certain day, they will block the people who try to go through it on the very first day, because the first few stages are rather easy. Okay, rather easy in, let's say, in caps, because you have to gather 2,800 matter in or to get to stage 4, and that is a 20% increase in credits and experience, which is rather nice. But that is still going to take you, let's say, about a couple of hours, because let's face it, Wargaming are not going to give you something through the easy way. So obviously level 13 is going to be the max, 50% credits and experience increase. What does that mean? Well, it means when you reach level 13, you will be able to get a free camo, or you're gonna get a camo, you're gonna get emblems, and you're gonna get, I'm not even sure what they call them right here, personal badges that you can display, like here, light it up, level 13. But obviously, because it's only going to be unlocked at the 30th of October and it's going to take you 26,800 matter, you can just take it through the easy way, pay 4,500 gold at the moment, and unlock the stage and get the 50% credits and experience boost increase. The nice thing is that the increase does add up with premium. So you're gonna get 50% on 50%, that's gonna be 100% increase on experience and credits, and yeah, that's pretty nice if you're trying to go through a certain line. I think a few people will probably resort to the last stage just to buy it, to buy their way through, because it kind of is a grind, and I certainly do understand why some people do it. It's a lot of money. 4,500 gold is $20, I think, and it's basically until the 5th of November. So if you're trying to go through a line, this is basically the way how you can get through it very, very easily, paying $20 and getting a couple of goodies with it, but nothing too spectacular there. I don't really support it. I don't think that an event mode should be forced or played like this, but yeah, I think every single person needs to decide for themselves, right? So we're gonna be playing one match, and I'll show you guys what it's all about, and then we can basically talk about the fact if we like it or if we don't like it, and why if we like it or why we dislike it. So basically, this is a single map that they've made specifically for this game mode. There's the vault on top of the hill, so you'll be playing 7 minutes. You'll be running around collecting green matter that is strewn around the field. And once you die, the green matter disappears that you have collected. Not the green matter that is stored in the vault, but the green matter that you're carrying on your tank. So don't die. You will respawn, but you'll lose all the green matter that you've collected. There are 3 different enemy types in this game mode. There are okay, I'll show you guys the 3 different types. There's the T-28, the Soviet Tier 4 tank. Then we have the British, which you see right here, the British Tier 1 Vickers something something. And you have the BDGR, the French Tier 5 heavy tank. And how this game mode is practically balanced is that each single shot takes off 1 HP bar of the enemy vehicle, which you can see right there. And they are actually not too bad. The bots do aim and they do hit you. They might drive a bit weirdly around the battlefield, but they still do have rather good aim, especially if you're close. Collecting single one green matter strewn around the field will give you 1 green matter. Collecting the green matter from fallen enemies from the lowest level is 3 per destroyed enemy. On the T28 it's going to be 7 or 8, I think. And on the BDGR you'll collect 20 green matter per kill. But you can see as soon as the level increases, the damage output on the vehicles does increase as well. And as soon as you run away further from the action, they do tend to miss the target a lot more often. So basically, you're destroying these tanks while trying to stay alive and to collect as much green matter as possible. At the end of the 7 minutes, the entire green matter that you have collected with your team will be distributed to every single player. It's not going to be parted, everyone's just going to get the same amount, the amount that you have gathered, and most of the time I think I've gotten around 150 green matter, not very much to be fair, because if you want to reach a certain level, it's going to be a rather long and annoying grind to get to that level, because you can't really increase it in any way or form. All you can do is just hope that your team actually does get more kills, that they kill the bigger tanks faster than they die. So we're gonna go back to the vault. We're gonna add the green matter to our team account, and we're gonna fix our tank. What is also being dropped around the map is essence. This essence carries an anomaly that does change certain aspects of your tank. The anomaly might or can be positive, but it can also be negative towards your tank. So it's a win or lose kind of situation. But the anomalies that I have found so far haven't really done a lot, to be fair. They haven't changed much of anything. And the 7-minute mark, especially since the vault is on top of the hill, it kind of is not enough time to get a certain amount of green matter. I think it's very difficult to get above 180 or 200, and taking into account that you have to get like 4,000 green matter to get to a certain stage, it's going to be a very long grind. And basically what you will be doing right here is, this is what you'll be doing the entire time. You'll be playing against these bots, you'll be shooting these bots, and it's not very exhilarating, let's face it. And this is kind of the issue that I have with this game mode. It doesn't feel as much like a Halloween special event, especially since Halloween is such a celebrated, such a largely celebrated kind of affair in the United States. It doesn't really do it justice. It's very cheap, to be fair. It's a grind and money grab, in my opinion, and it doesn't really add a lot to the game. The first 2-3 games certainly are funny, because it's a different mechanic, right? You'll be driving around, you're trying to collect the green matter, and this might be like the first kind of way of people or Wargaming to introduce like capture the flag or something like that into the game. But it's not very thought out. It's just not enough. It's basically a grind, and it's not a lot of fun, this grinding, in my opinion. So we're going to be facing this T28 over here. We just lost a teammate who lost all of his green matter, 22 green matter, and that is quite a lot that we can actually use and need to fill our bank account. And you can see the bots actually do bounce from time to time, but they do also do quite a lot of damage if you're not careful. And I think this might be up for us. we're unlucky, just gonna finish this off. And I think we're gonna finish it off right here. Yeah. And you can see, is it challenging? Not really, it's just kind of, yeah, sometimes you get knocked out because you're facing a single vehicle by yourself. The teamwork I've faced in this game mode hasn't really been that amazing. Basically, what they're trying to achieve right here is people to, you know, to gather up people to fight the bigger tanks and get more matter out of it. But when you're playing with randoms, most of them just want to do their own thing, and I can't really blame them. That's how I play my solo tanks. And yeah, this event mode is not very exhilarating. So you can see we finished the game 7 minutes past, 117 matter collected, and that's it. There's nothing more to add. And I think it speaks for itself. I'm not very enticed by it. I don't think it's a very nice Halloween special. I think they had certain better ideas in previous years, and I just think that it kind of is sad that Wargaming chose to do it like this with a bar to complete it instead of, you know, adding a nice little game mode where we would be fighting against certain tanks. I think the best game mode or best event that they have added into the game was the 8-bit call mortar in 2014. That has never been topped by anything other than Frontline, and I just think that this really is kind of a waste of time. I wouldn't play it anymore. Maybe I'll get to level 3, but I don't have as much time on my hands as I would like to have, and unfortunately that's just basically it. The nice thing about this mode is that you will get the credits and experience bonus. This is nice for all the people who don't have any premium, and it's even nicer for the people who have premium, but at the same time it's not enough for a Halloween event. I think they've grabbed the wrong box and pulled out a piece of shit instead of something really exciting and interesting. And I just think this event mode doesn't really fit into the game as much. It's a lot of grinding, and the grinding aspect here is even worse than the grinding aspect in the normal game, where you actually reach get a new tank or a new module that you can put on the vehicle, and not something like this. So, I hope this video wasn't too long. I would love to hear your guys' opinion on this game mode. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? And as always, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.